for a substitute. It'd be better to have a constitution. I've been working on trying to get a written constitution for Israel literally since 1970, but it hasn't happened yet.
I can't even imagine not having a written constitution. We have one, and it's still bloody. Okay, so he is saying that, as far as I understand, that they have the judges can't just rule arbitrarily. They have to pin it to some sort of constitutional law. Otherwise, it's just a political body. Is that true?
That's right. That's absolutely true. And what happened is the Supreme Court, under my other very close friend, who I've known since 1966, Aaron Barak, who was the president of the Supreme Court, he helped devise the concept of reasonableness or extreme unreasonableness, and they would strike down the actions of administrators, the legislature, the military, if they felt they were extremely unreasonable. Now, extremely unreasonable is a vague, open-ended criteria. Reasonable people could disagree as to whether it should be used or not, but it's not something to have street demonstrations over. It's not something for the military to say we won't serve, for doctors to say we won't serve. It's an internal dispute in Israel that should be resolved democratically. Now, sure, protests are good. Our First Amendment provides for the right to petition the government for a redress of grievances, which means peaceful protests. Now, the good thing is that protests in Israel have been peaceful compared to those in France and compared to those done by Black Lives Matter in the United States. They've been peaceful, but they've been very angry, and I don't think that the protesters are justified in doing some of the things they're doing. Here's what I think Bibi is thinking. He's very smart. He's very clever. He wanted to get through this first provision about reasonableness, and he did. He voted. It was voted. It was voted 64 to 50-something or other. Now I think he's going to take a pause. The Knesset is out of session until the fall, and I think he's going to try very hard to come to an accommodation. I'm part of that process. I've been working closely with the president of Israel, who's also an old friend, Isaac Herzog, Bushi, we call him. I've been working with Bibi. I've been working with others to try to achieve some kind of a peaceful compromise resolution, which is what is absolutely essential here. And I have a hunch we're going to get it.
Are there, am I right in the reading of different opinions that there is large money that doesn't necessarily, that is not necessarily in it for the peace and love and understanding of one another and bringing people together, that there is a force in here that is trying to break Israel apart and break Benjamin Netanyahu?
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know any facts that support that. I wouldn't be surprised. Certainly, Iran has already said Israel has been weakened. Hamas has already said Israel has been weakened. You know, today is a very important Jewish holiday. It's called Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av. And it was the day that the Second Temple in Jerusalem was destroyed by the Romans in 70 or so A.D. And of course, you know, Jesus went to that temple. That's where he threw over the desks of the money lenders. That temple was a very important both to Christianity and to Judaism, and it was destroyed. And today is the day we celebrate. If I'm a little breathless, it's because I'm fasting. As a Jew, I fast on this holiday. It's a fasting holiday, and it's a holiday that commemorates the fact that the temple was destroyed because Jews were attacking each other, because Jews couldn't agree. And this is a day that I think Israelis should commemorate by getting together and agreeing and having compromises. That's what I've been interested in, and I hope I can help bring that about. And I know that Netanyahu wants to bring that about, and I know that there are people, some on the left, who want to bring that about. The problem is the extremists on both sides, as often is the case, are benefiting from the animosity. Their bases are strengthened when there is controversy, the same way that is true in the United States and in both countries. We're so much better off moving somewhat to the middle. I have more in common with centrist conservatives than I do with radicals on the left. I'm a liberal. A true liberal and a true conservative have a great deal in common. Small government, limitations on power, due process, free speech, and that's the points we ought to emphasize.
Yeah. Alan, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Name of the book is, thank you, Get Trump. You can get that now. The effort to destroy Trump, just get him. Get Trump, and the host of The Durst Show. A guy who I don't always agree with, but a guy I think I have more in common with as well, with some members of the Republican Party, even. Alan Dershowitz, back in a minute. The Glenn Beck Program. What is the first thing you look for when you're buying meat? The price? The sell-by date? How about whether or not it's sourced in America? Ranches and farms are going out of business every day in this country. I drive up the road here and you see all of the dairy farms that are gone now. It's quite amazing. We must keep our local farms and ranchers in business. 85% of grass-fed beef is imported from overseas, even with a little flag sticker on it. They source at Good Ranchers all of their high quality and chicken from local farms, local ranches. And for every box ordered, Good Ranchers donates 10 meals to Americans in need. If you want to lock in your price, what you're paying for in meat in 2 years, no matter what the economy does, go to Good Ranchers. Get your subscription now. It is your inflation-proof ticket to amazing meats. Right now, head on over to goodranchers.com. Use the promo code BECK. Save $30. It's goodranchers.com. Promo code BECK. $30 off with the promo code BECK. Good Ranchers.